Hey yo, it's the East Coast Ace, the Cloud Cutter. This is Jordan Oliver, and you're listening to That Cunt Kit Osborne on Uncorked with Kit.
Oh, please, don't be such a tease. Doing all the things you wanna do but me. It's time to leave, you can take the speech. I got better things to do than hear you preach. And we keep doing what we shouldn't do. And we see red lines, but we drive right through. Oh, knowing that we're screwed, keep going anyways. Yeah. Right back when we started, both broken hearted. Sorry, I'm too bad.
Hey everybody, this is Kit Osborne. You're listening to Uncorked with Kit. Before I get into my guest today, which is Amber Skies, singer, songwriter, actress, but a good friend of mine. It's somebody that, well, look at that. It's old Kitty Branchout. For once, it's not a wrestler or anybody that has involvement in wrestling. But I'll get into that in a little bit. I have more news for you. I feel like I left everybody hanging, and I've kind of been on the edge of breaking it to everybody or how to do it, and I figured this would be the best way, just coming right from me. So I was diagnosed with lupus, and so for the last couple months, I found out in November, and I was wondering why I was having all these weird issues. Like, for one, my hair was falling out in an incredible amount, which was obviously freaking me out. I didn't know why. It's not because of some male pattern baldness. Like, this was because there's an issue. I did a lot more research. I may have had COVID at one point, and I didn't realize it. And apparently there's been a lot of lupus occurrences recently, and I guess I'm one of them. But the good news about that is it's not systematic lupus. Because my hair falling out, I saw a dermatologist. They did a bunch of tests, and it was like ANA positive, which means it could be something with my immune system. And then after doing a biopsy, they found out it was lupus. And then I saw a rheumatologist, and then they did all these different tests, and I feel like I've had so much blood work in the last couple months that it was like more I felt like I was doing death matches again. But I did learn that I guess I caught it early. I'm not sure necessarily how it works with lupus, because it's such a wide range of things. But I don't have systematic lupus. My hair is coming back in. I am taking a drug that our former president touted about, hydrochloroquine. So I take that every day for the rest of my fucking life. But it seems to be working finally. It gives, honestly, it gives me huge dizzy spells and things like that. But it's only because it's only been the first couple weeks of using it. I'm going back to the gym and everything, and overall my body is a lot better. I mean, a lot of this is anxiety of not knowing what's wrong with me, and why is this happening to me, and not knowing who to go to, which is the right doctor, and getting all this blood work done. And I know that there are millions of people that have it way worse than me, but I owe it to everybody just to tell you what has been going on in my life. The good news now is that because everything is starting to figure itself out, or I'm figuring it out rather, is that I can get back to wrestling, which I hope to do if anybody will have me. I'm looking to do that at the end of this month or early February. Make some plans, get in a ring, train a little, and get back to work. So I thank you all for those who are checking in on me. I know some of you already know this because I had explained it, but I wanted to make it a little bit more public. And again, I appreciate everybody listening. So now after that is out of the way, I wanted to introduce my friend. Her name is Amber Skies. She has a lot of her music on Spotify that I highly recommend listening to. The way we met is in a short film. I auditioned for a short film that she wrote called Roommates. I don't think I've ever laughed as hard on a set in my life. And I made a lot of friends. Tony from Hack the Movies, who I've had on this show as well. And overall, like this conversation, we talk a lot about, just one, growing up, this passion of music and acting, the algorithm that is TikTok, how social media works and how it doesn't work for you, and then also about one of the biggest things that impacted her life, which I think a lot of people might want to listen to, and that's kind of coming out of your shell, or the way you put it, out of the closet, where she went from this straight woman dating somebody and completely realizing, that this isn't her, and it's about time that she changed and did a 180 and became who she always knew she was. So anyway, I enjoyed this conversation a lot. I drank 2 bottles of wine, so it gets a little heavy. And again, I hope you enjoy it. Here's my conversation with Amber Skies. Amber, what's going on? How are you?
I'm doing good.
It's so nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
First of all, when last time I saw you, I think I ran into you in New York, 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Oh, wait a minute. That was 2017. Maybe 20 years ago.
Yo, it has not been 20
I think 2015, and I almost missed my train home, and I was I don't have money for a hotel at all.
Well, that's
I think I ran into you in Times Square randomly.
Yeah. God, I was doing a lot of fuck shit, so I don't really remember too much back then.
Yeah. I don't remember
20
any
years.
of the conversation.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even think about that until I just hit this record button, and it just popped in my head, as I did this fake intro, we weren't talking for 20 minutes prior to this. At that, I think that was when you were telling me you were doing acting school with,
Yes.
who is he that's canceled now?
James Franco.
Yeah. Wasn't he a dick or something like that, or super intense?
No, he wasn't super intense. I would say, I wouldn't say he was a dick. I would say he was.
Everything I said was wrong.
He was. He just looked like he was pretty much stoned the whole time. I went on set. I got picked with a few other students to kind of go on set of one of his movies that strangely don't even remember the name of the movie, but I don't know. I was supposed to play some drunk person, and then I was supposed to walk in the park. Those were my only things. So, but he was pretty much stoned the whole time. That's about it. But he did have dates that were pretty young, on set.
What do you mean he had dates?
He had set dates. He would have these girlfriends on set with him.
Oh, I thought he meant he had a schedule, a
what?
Yeah, I don't know. I was wrong. I didn't know that. I thought he was this passionate guy, that was really believed in the craft of acting, kind of like a Christian Bale, flipping out at somebody who trips, on set. But I guess he was just phoning it in,
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't give me that vibe. He was definitely too cool, so it is what it is, but maybe I wasn't cool enough,
Oh. How long were you doing that, and what did you think? Did you get anything from it? Did you learn anything, or did you just go, wow, that was a lot of money I just wasted to just hang out with somebody that doesn't even remember what I look like.
Yeah, he definitely was like, I don't fucking know who she is. She never went to school. So Studio 4 New York, I was there for maybe a year. I like got up to the advanced class before I had like a very theatrical like exit. There was this boy and like we joined acting class at the same time, but he just like got to where, the end a little bit quicker than me. But he was like very full of himself and he does acting full time. I don't want to call him out and like say his name, but he was a douchebag, man. Fucking douche. He would literally like wait until I hit the stage and then he'd be like, blah, blah, like talking amongst himself, like just being a total douche. And normally if you're a professional, you are supposed to ignore that and like take to your scene. And it was Meisner technique and everyone was so fucking serious. But I just had enough. And I was like, I called him the fuck out. And he was like, well, why are you blaming me for breaking character and breaking your scene? And I'm like, oh, you're such a douchebag. Like, I knew he was right, but I was so pissed. And then I told everyone to go fuck themselves. And then I like walked out.
I can totally see that, you just flipping out and like, it's you have a car crash exit is that's definitely how I picture you. I mean, I feel like, you kind of do that in any scenario. I mean, just to really attack it, just recently you're telling me about a job exit.
Yes.
So I don't know if you want to talk about that, but I found I'm like, I waited till today to listen to it because I was like, oh man, I wonder what she's going to say. I know that she's just, and all you really did was just make this boss, this manager, whose name was Kyle. Who the fuck names her kid Kyle? And just made it, it seemed like, honestly, it was just you awkwarded him out. And he's just like, guy, I thought she was just going to leave. And she's still sitting there and she's still asking me the same fucking question.
Yeah. Yeah, I was definitely debating. It was like a 9-minute I don't know, like voice recording of me debating. Basically, I was definitely terminated, wrongfully terminated for sure. What they tried to like say they wanted to fire me for didn't really match up. And they were trying to explain how like something could happen. It was all over a post and they were trying to explain to me how my post would end up on some random customer's Facebook feed. And I'm like, no. It don't really work like that. I have to sponsor the post, put money into it, and then target the audience to fit the criteria of like Lexington and the people within it to end up on their end. Or they would have to basically interact with me. It's like very, 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 very rare, almost doesn't happen the other way around, not on Facebook. It's weird. You see more posts from people that you interact with than you do from just like random profiles, unless they're sponsored or they're ads, which are sponsored. So I fought it and they kept saying like, they understand. But I'm like, nah, man, because like, if you fucking understood what I was saying, you would know that you are firing me without cause. Just fucking say that. Just say that you're trying to get rid of me without cause, bro. Like, I don't know why we're going into this huge ass fucking circle for nothing when you know that you're screwing me over on the 1st of the year, the 1st of January. And then on top of that, you already know that shit's gonna fucking crash. You know that fucking taxes are going up, prices are going up. We're about to go into a fucking recession. And like, you can sleep at night putting someone out of work over something that your people that fucking snitched for you ran to find on my feed like a fucking coward to send you and try to make fucking work into like the reasoning behind me being fired. It was weird. It's a weird fucking move.
I mean, I just don't understand. All right, any job I've ever had, any restaurant, like as a waiter or anything like that, I've never had to sign something in which it's going to protect this company. Like, I'm not allowed to bitch online about. I mean, I guess I don't remember the last time I was working at a restaurant, but I mean, any job, like I don't have some NDA where I signed that I can't discuss anything, and I can't have a bad day and talk about it is essentially what you got fired for.
Wow.
You went home and you took a picture of a shitty tip, and then you know, and you said what you said, and then you didn't even, I don't even know if you wrote the name of the fucking place.
No, it was nothing
and
on the
just
receipt. It was
because,
like,
yeah, and then somebody that doesn't work there, but yet knows the person, you know, gave it to them. So yeah,
Yeah.
it seems a little odd, and you know, I don't know if you want to. I don't. I know it's early because it like happened like yesterday, but if you know, you can name drop, you can say anything. I just don't want to be the one to do it because
yeah,
you know, because I know we talked about what we were gonna do, and obviously you know, it's a load of shit.
yeah,
You want me to blow up? Just let me know, okay?
no, no, no. He was joking. TikTok, please don't kick him off.
All right. Well, anyway, so one of the things, I mean, you know, we both, like me as a wrestler, like I work full time, you know, on top of being this person that wears tights, you know, and yeah, and I almost you consider it like you're a starving artist, and what I wanted to ask is like, what's, you know, how your like your passion for music, like you literally just told me right before we went on that you recorded for 7 hours a couple new tracks that you came up with, and it didn't fucking work, or it didn't record, or it didn't save, and
Yeah,
you're
it
like,
fucking
oh, I guess that's what I'm going to
crashed.
do this weekend. And I'm just like, I would just, if I could a promo and it's only a minute long, and I did it like over and over again, and then it just didn't upload, you know, to send to the promoter to post it.
Yeah.
I'm like that close to just slamming my phone on the ground.
See, I've come a
I
long
quit.
way. I've come a long way with anger. I was pissed for sure. And I'm really dark. So I was like, I swear to God, if this doesn't run, I'm going to run out in the middle of the street. Like, that's my attitude when things really don't work out. But it doesn't mean I do it. It sucks. I took the L today for 7, 8 hours, but I'm just going to do what I attempted to do today, tomorrow, and do it a little different so it gets a little different result. Hopefully, I won't
Yep.
waste my time, but I like to create music, so I've just been creating like songs back to back to back to back, and this was one of the maybe fifth or sixth songs that I've created just
Mm-hmm.
randomly. Sometimes it's like I created two the other night. It was weird. They're just coming at me like crazy, but it's very weird. This song that I was working on today, it kind of sounds like I'm in a lesbian like alternative indie band. But I'm by myself, so it gives
The
those
like
cool vibes.
the holiday song that you just came out with.
Oh no, no, no. The one that I was trying to work on today.
Oh, I was like,
Mhm.
because I heard that new one that you just put out once, only one time, and then I like went this rabbit hole of like uh like the one the 2016 that you have like your hair like that's blue at the time or whatever, and I like
Oh
listened to the whole
yeah.
thing. But I was like, I'm not listening to a holiday fucking song right now. It's it's January like 5th. Okay.
No, it's not even about
Sorry.
the holidays. It's not about the holidays.
Well, it said it. That's why, you know.
I know. It's
I read a
really
book
like
by its cover. Okay, if you haven't noticed.
simple.
Yeah, very simple.
But it wasn't a holiday song, dude. It was basically like the Peanut Gang all grown up, chilling in their mom's basement, smoking weed, and decide to write a song.
All right. Well, I'll give it
That's it.
another listen.
Thanks.
All right. All right.
It's good
Um.
vibes.
Well, I feel like your style. I don't know if it changes with, you know, the if it changes like it with the season, or like how you feel that weekend. But like, you know, I listen to a lot of your stuff on that, you know, that I that's on Spotify, and like a lot of things always sound different, and there's a lot of different mixes of like the same song. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. EDM's crazy, dude. You'll have like one song and like 12 different mixes, and it's like
yeah,
featuring DJ blah, you know?
right, and they all have a countdown.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're all pretty good. You always got to have that tropical remix.
No, they were good. It was just when I put on like the original track. What the fuck was it? I figured it to it, but it doesn't really matter. And I heard it had like 5 different, different remixes, but they were in a row, and I'm listening to it as I'm driving, and I'm going, "What the fuck?" You know?
It's a song that never ends. It just keeps going after another. And you're just confused, like, is this shit still playing? Like it is.
But anyway, like, how do you like? Do you just get in moods when, like, let's say when you start writing, and not like when you're like featured in something?
Okay, well, honestly, the features are all over the place because I was a songwriter, and most of them came out of 2020 from Sound Better projects. And basically, what I'm writing for myself is a lot different than what I started writing for myself. I started writing for other people, but saying it was for myself. So it was kind of like people pleasing in a way of writing pop because someone said I should be doing pop, or just writing dance music because that's where I belong, or doing this or doing that. And then I kind of just decided I'm a creator. I like to fucking create. I'm going to create what the fuck I want. And you're not going to put me in a box. And if I have to confuse you every fucking month with every release that comes out to prove that I do not belong in a box, I'm going to do that. Like, how dare you? Stick to one genre. Go fuck yourself. How about no? I'm not playing the same chess game as everybody that's mainstream in the industry. I'm a little guy. I have no fucking money. I'm broke as shit. Like, I'm just trying to create music and release it now. So that's what we're doing.
Well, shit. I mean, I think that's the way to go. Go by the beat of your own drum, like literally.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? What's your favorite genre to listen to? And then, I mean, I don't know if it would be the same as like you like to write or perform.
Honestly, I've grown really, really, really fond of kind of the song that I was working on today. And not every one of the songs that I've written are in the alternative indie genre, but I really like that genre a lot. A lot of really cool artists in that genre. I like a lot of lo-fi music. That kind of tickles my fancy a bit. I love I love hip hop and R&B. They will always be favorites of mine. And I don't know, man. I'm just kind of, I think I've been singing for so long that it's like no one gives a fuck if you can sing anymore. Like, give them something that they can vibe with, or something that they're not used to getting. It's the time for new music. So I'm just kind of getting weird with it. And I'm singing, but like I'm not singing.
What I've noticed, like, at least with to compare it to like, or maybe I'm comparing it to like wrestling, is nobody has the attention span for a full match, like a 10-minute match. It's true. People live off of gifs or gifs, whatever. They do. And if you did something cool, or you said something risque, then you'll get a look. And you got to hold on to it. It's like somebody throwing you a rope, and you got to fucking grab it. Like, because if you miss it, you're not getting it back. And I feel like it could be like the same with like the beginning of any song if somebody hears it on the radio or something, which nobody listens to the radio. But if you hear a clip of something, and then it just has to have like this certain tone, and you have like 5 seconds to be able to get them to want to listen to more.
Exactly.
Is it like the same? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it sucks.
That's how I kind of thought about things when I wrote Better Than You.
Okay.
That's why the first lines are really really raunchy.
Actually, I was just put it because that's the one that's on whatever, it's on Instagram, but it's it's either somebody likes like a beat or like a certain, I mean, I don't know, it has to be some certain tone, but then there's also like, man, if you say something fucked up, like, I'm gonna listen to it. That's why, like, there's some people, like, I think, in wrestling promos, like, they really are like on that line of like, man, if you say that, you're gonna get canceled. But if you don't, and you're that close, then you're gonna get like a million people listening and bitching, but you're like, hey, I'm still signed,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Kanye who literally just went like way over the line, and and that's
Again.
why again.
Well, I mean, I feel like he's always doing that, but I'm not gonna ever hate on Kanye. I don't know what the fuck he's going through. I try to have I try to think about the main guys as much as I talk shit about like the main industry and like not working with like major record labels. I mean, there's some things that I just don't crawl into and talk about. One of those things is Kanye, because there's a lot of it's an onion. It's a lot to unpack, a lot to peel, to unfold, and he's an artist, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, and that's one of the
sick with
things
it.
I have talked about. I go, he can say some of the most despicable shit. You know that he can do that, right? And then he can
Anyone can.
gain this audience, like let's say, this, I guess, like right now it seems like he's going for like an anti-Semitic audience. But you know what? He'll grab them and he could literally just turn and do a 180 and just go, "Man, I was just fucking around, and now I have everybody's
Yo.
attention," and everybody would believe him. I would. I'd be like, I totally see Kanye doing that. 100% see him doing that. The guy went
He's a
like,
wild card.
right,
He's a total
and
wild
that's what it's like. That's I feel like in the entertainment industry, that is a fucking risk taker. Like,
Yo, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. We got talking about Kanye, but
Yeah.
but that, yeah. I mean, obviously. So I mean, everybody can hate him, and I rightfully so hate him. But then when he turns around and does that one, hey, just come on, everybody, just go. All right, you got me. You got me.
Yeah.
I have no idea how the fuck he feels. I don't even know if he has feelings. Probably not. But I don't know.
I mean,
But
shoot.
speaking of a 180, okay.
Yeah.
And and I know when I wrote it, you you were just like, what the fuck? So when we met, I did an audition in 2014. It was 9 years ago.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
And
my
I mean,
age.
one of the things that sparked that I wanted to like reach
The whole
out
group.
is like, I know, is, well, one, I think since we met, like we've always just had like on one bit of social media something like, either some comment every like 6 months. I've definitely been like still friendly with Sammy.
Oh yeah, Sam Renee.
Yeah. And like the last time I saw her was like a couple years ago. We got fucking cigars, okay?
She gets down. She's cool.
I love her to death. And then I reconnected with Tony, and I had him on this podcast, and
Mummy
he's doing,
Cop.
yeah.
I still watch that. I still
I
can
love his
watch
YouTube.
that.
I love his YouTube so much. I hack the movies. We have a little bit of a Twitter feud now, which has been pretty fun. But oh yeah, I gotta get you in the loop on this. Like, he's really testing me, man. Like, he really, it seems like he just wants me to put him through a table. I swear to God, like that's what he's asking for, and I'm gonna do it. But
I don't know if
I did
we're
like
like
a
supposed
watch
to be
along
friends.
with him. I know. Well, he's just, you can still be friends, but jab, But anyway, when we met, you were for this this role of roommates or whatever, and I'm like, man, I just drove fucking like an hour and a half to do this like short film, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? And then I did it, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm gonna say, and then I just kept thinking about it, and then when we did the read, I saw how you guys were doing it, and then I just was like, oh, fuck it, I just say whatever whatever the fuck I feel like it. And I made you guys laugh, and then I ended up getting it.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, like out of any like the short films, not many, but like it's the only group of people that I've like actively tried to like, every year I see that little table read I recorded on like my Samsung Galaxy like S2.
Yeah, everyone with a Samsung is like so upset right now. The whole
Oh,
three
God.
people in the room.
Yeah,
including
yo, Apple
us.
catch up. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yo, yeah, it's good
And like,
times.
see like, everybody, what they do now. Like, not like that I'm so aware of everybody, but like Sam, uh, Tony, and you, and I'm just like, I just think it's funny. And then also, some other guy that that you may or may not want to remember. I don't know, which is why it brought me about the 180. And his name is Ron.
Oh God, you
Who
ever
I
asked to
love
put
to
him on
death.
the on your show?
I might.
Yeah, you might
I'm I'm
put him on
I'm
the
still
show.
I'm still friends with him. I'm not, I know I don't know anything. I'm not even like this. Not even like this isn't a gossip thing. This is just a. I was just like, ooh,
It was
but
a very long time ago, and I'm pretty sure that shit was just the way it was. It happened the way it did. There's mistakes made on both ends. Mine was basically completely hiding the fact that I did really
wait,
only like women, and
yeah.
I really didn't like. I used to kind of joke with him and tell him he was my happy medium, kind of fucked up, because he had a
Oh my
cute little
God,
little body, and like it was really fucked up, and I should never have
the
done
little
that. And
petite,
I'm sorry, Ron.
Just
I'm so sorry. Um, only like a little bit sorry, not like the whole sorry, just like maybe like 7%. Um, but yeah.
oh God, he's not even
uh,
talking. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think shit that happened was cool at all, but I am a lot older now. It's been a while, so, I don't wish anything bad on anyone. I like don't really talk
good.
about my I like saw his thing on TikTok. He came up on my For You page and he was just, he had me dying though. It was a video of him and I could hear Alex in the background and he's like, oh, walking across the fucking street in
Oh
LA.
my
And I'm just
God,
like, this kid is definitely drunk off his goddamn rocker. Just like
I
faking
love it.
filmed in LA.
Like,
Cool. Welcome to TikTok, Ron.
like,
Scroll.
I think the stupid shit that I do in wrestling, and then anything that you create, we're all pretty fucked up in our own way. It's just that we
Yeah.
think it's normal, and then you get to that where you look at somebody else and you just go, wow, that person's fucked up, or you kind of agree, but yeah, I kind of like what they're doing. Like we're talking about Kanye.
Yeah.
We both are looking at him and going, that's a risk taker. And everybody else
Yeah.
just goes, that's a racist piece of shit. And then I just go, he's going to turn it around. Just wait. Wait for the second half. Don't leave at intermission. Wait until the ending.
Because
Like
it's
wait until the
true.
ending. He didn't die yet. I swear to God, he's going to turn it around. But
Yeah.
that was what I wanted to talk about. Because I think, to make it more of like a serious tone. You did like a complete 180. You did this what I text you. I said, like, yeah, you did this like this lesbo turn out of nowhere, out of left field,
Yeah.
and that's cool. I just want to know how you like, you knew it, but like really, you're looking in the mirror and you're like arguing with yourself, and
Well, yeah.
you finally just go, fuck it, that's not what I like anymore. Like it could be, I don't know, like what is it that hit you that you were like, this is it, this is the day, and then you did that turn.
Well, I kind of realized, like, I feel like throughout my life, I kind of realized little by little, like, how much of a people pleaser I was in all different aspects. And, like, pretty much trying to be something for other people so that you can accommodate their feelings and what's comfortable
Yeah.
for them isn't necessarily the way you should go about things. So, I mean, here I am, not even being myself most of the time, just kind of trying to do what I can. I was told in the music industry, if you're barely starting off, like back then, you don't really want to come out as gay because then you'll just be boxed in to have a gay audience. And
Yeah.
people that are straight won't want anything to really do with you because they'll be like, oh, it's a gay artist, like the. And yeah, I mean, in a way, they are and were right. Because once I did come out, I mean, I really didn't see anything come out of the floodgates with that one. and I fired a manager that same year that was like really gross and disgusting and was like, take off your clothes kind of bit. And I was like, no, dude, you fired. Like, that's fucking weird. And I didn't really have him long. And then I kind of just started giving less of a fuck after that. I was just like,
Right.
I'm going to come out and do this and be myself. And like, even some of my family members were like really weird about it. They were trying to be cool with it, but you can tell they were like struggling. And it's like, dude, why are you even fucking struggling? It's not even your life.
Right.
Like, how is this
Yeah.
even affecting the way you live and breathe and wake up every fucking day? I don't get it. Like, worry
Well,
about
you know, to
you.
play devil's advocate, I mean, you know, it's kind of ruining Thanksgiving with all those type of, at least with my side, you know, my one side of the family. You know, if I were to ever come out and be like, hey, you know, I'm gay, and then all of a sudden that pretty much takes away like 20% of like all the jokes that they have, you know, because they're old and they
Yeah.
live too, you know, and that's just how. So that's what you did. You attacked your family. All right.
Well, I
You
mean,
know, how dare you be who you are, okay, around your family? You know, have you
listen,
thought about that?
they had no problem making fucking Puerto Rican and black jokes. So why are they going to start getting uncomfortable with a little gay jokes? I mean, I don't get it. So, I mean, thick skin, you know, it's what you
Do you-
kind of got to have.
oh yeah, absolutely. When yes, so like you said, like you didn't have, you know, much coming out from it. I mean, I know it's a different time. Like if 5 years ago, I'm maybe a little bit longer, I guess.
Yeah.
It just then alone is like, you know, a lot of things are different in terms of like, you know, if somebody's gay, like, you know, you're like everybody should immediately just go like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you
Exactly.
know, it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. But like then 5 years ago, you're just like, oh, like, you know, that means like the music's different, or like, oh, he's gonna have a certain tone. Like, I don't know, maybe a little bit longer than that, because now I'm like forgetting that it's 2023,
Yeah, it was
and
7 to 8 years ago, I think.
yeah, that's 2015, which doesn't even
Yeah.
sound that long ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's long ago. Like right now it's trendy. Oh, right now it's
Yeah,
like so trendy. The music industry
yes, you
is
did it
eating
at the
that
wrong
shit
time.
up.
You did it at the wrong time. You should have suppressed it longer. You know?
God, I know. I should have just, I don't know. Maybe I should have just swam a little slower, let somebody else beat me to the punch. Come out later, you know,
Been, like, you
been
know,
younger.
you could have been that one. You watch these. I'm like, all right, it's so mean.
It's gonna get weird. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of, with all the new stuff that's coming out about the industry, a lot of people are opening their eyes to a lot of weird secrets. I'm kind of glad that I didn't kind of get picked up or go through anything to scale up the ladder anytime before tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and the future, because shit's like so fucked up.
Yeah,
So fucked up.
but I mean, again, I mean, you know, you kind of, you do everything, like we were talking before, like you do everything that you want to do when you want to do it. So it's like
Yeah.
you've gotten put in like this. You almost, you know, if you didn't, you know, finally just say, hey, this isn't who I am, and you come out, you could have eventually got roped into, you know, this rabbit hole of just never turning things around or being who you want to be. And then you all of a sudden, it's like, man, you have all this success, but like you're not even you, and you're not
Yeah.
enjoying any of it. So that's the whole fucking point of why we do it. It's like, you know, why I sure I could, you know, we could be an actor, actress that plays a role, and then you're, next thing you know, you're known as Gilligan for the rest of your life, you know, and everybody wants to wallop you with your hat. Is that the kind of
Yeah.
life you want to live? Like,
No, I don't fucking do boxes. I don't like to be boxed in by any mean.
right.
Well, okay, boxes, yes. I saw why you chuckled. So I just walked into that one. But on the real, I don't like to be boxed in to like a certain anything. I don't even like to be called, you know, you're this genre, or you're just a singer, you're just this. Like, I still love to act. I'm not trying to play with everybody. Like, I'm just not here to play with everybody. Everyone's so serious, and everyone just wants to fuck each other and stuff. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna like throw a whole theatrical fucking play in my own bedroom and stare at myself in the mirror and just go at it because that's fun for me. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to be on TV, I guess.
That's one of the things like I like about wrestling is the promos that I get to create. Like in the ring I'm not like the greatest. I think I'm okay. I can tell a story, but what I need is that like the motivation. It sounds like a fucking director. Like, what's my motivation? But like when I can like amp myself up because when I come up with like a story and then I cut a promo, I get to tell it and I send it to a promoter and then they post it and I go, well, now you have to do X, Y, and Z with this story or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But because the promo was entertaining. But like honestly, when I do my own work, if I were to cut something of me imitating the guy I'm wrestling, for example, like I'm having fun with it, and it's not always about like the pay I'm getting. It's about like I get to create this little bit of art, and then this thing turns into something else, and that's just like my like it's like the improv life, of wrestling. Whereas like I think when you made Roommates, and you wrote it, like you just had this idea, and then pretty much when we were there doing like reads, like I just remember not that being the most I've ever fucking laughed doing work, and like I mean I only had like such a small scene and I was there all day and I remember my stomach hurting legitimately from laughing and like
from everybody else.
Actually hurts from laughter.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was a pretty cool script too, but it was just fun because of all the people, and all the people brought all this energy. And Crystal Griffin, I just love that girl so much.
Yes.
Fucking love her. So yeah, I mean, a lot of that was a lot of energy that she brought, a lot of energy that Rachel brought. I mean, even Colleen, she was helping out and she was dope too. There's just a lot of cool stuff. And like you guys were so brilliant. Like you were one of our favorites. You and Melanie. Remember the girl who played the little girl?
Yeah.
She was so funny.
Oh, man.
She's so funny. She's like married now, dude.
Oh God. What's wrong with you too? First of all, congratulations. I know you have a fiance there who if people that are watching will see that there's like the that there's a movie
the whole two
on.
People in the room. It's us.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. Like it's like a weird algorithm. Anyway, but I'm just like, oh God, who gets married? Like
Yeah,
like
well, that was me before.
Yeah, I know. There's just the married type, and then I'm just the guy that just goes, ooh, when it fails. I'm not saying yours is. I'm just saying that.
Don't you ever wish that on me?
I didn't say I wished it. I didn't say what I wished it. I just like it's always when it happens to my friends, or people that I know, or people that I just meet, like, oh, she's going through a divorce, and I'm just like, I would have called it, and I just
no, actually, you know what?
Terrible.
It's so weird because my fiance is so fucking cool. Like, I don't know why I have to whisper it. She's literally in the bed, like right next to me, like sleeping. Baby angel. The sweetest person I've ever known, ever met. It's been, over a year. And like, we don't think alike. We're like polar opposites when it comes to a lot of things. And we
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but we don't even argue, bro. Like the communication is so healthy, it freaks me the fuck out. And it's only because I've been in like crazy toxic relationships where it's like, you scream and it's like passionate and then it's like, meh. This one, it's just like, oh, I'm like really like, oh my God, are you upset? Like, oh, let's fucking talk. You want me to pop some popcorn? You need some wine? Like, babe, she'd be like, do you need a beer? Like, do you want to pack your bowl? And I'm like, the fuck at like what? So fucking sweet, just blows my mind. Can't even believe she loves me. It's nuts.
I always think of, and I think of this joke as like I'm like, this is like that's a good thing. Is John Mulaney had a skit where he was talking about like he started dating this girl, he would date like other girls that would be like, hey, what's wrong? Like, you wouldn't understand, and then it went from that to like he was dating this girl, and she's well, the way he put it, he's like, and then I started dating this Jewish girl, and I was like, oh, what's wrong? She's like, my stomach hurts. And he's like, okay, all right, let's figure this out. Like, and I was just like, that's awesome. That is so cool. I love that. I love that for you. Like I'm fine. It just doesn't. I feel like you should get canceled for saying that.
Oh my God.
But when but I'm like, oh my God, like I need a towel. Like I'm so happy that you just told me what was wrong, and because like I don't want to. Was it me? Yeah, it was you. Ooh, what can I do to fix it? I'll fix anything for you or whatever. Like I'll, but so I understand.
Oh God, no.
Oh my God. But so the last question about like personal life, you don't have to answer it obviously, is what was when you made this change in your life, and I in my head you just did it overnight, and I don't know if you did or not, or if you had some soul searching, but but like what was like the dating life like when you first got into this? Because I mean, am I wrong when I say like you were just with guys your whole life, and then all of a sudden you just had this like moment of zen, and then you just changed?
Yeah, well, I was very, 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 very far back in the closet, but I always dabbled ever since I was 8 or 9. It all started with these two sisters. I won't name them. God forbid one of them's watching from somewhere, some way. Don't want to do that to them. But we used to play house, and I used to volunteer to be a dad. Who does that? Gay. And I would have, and we were fucked up kids. Like, you can just tell how we played house. Like, our families were kind of dysfunctional. And I had this thing where I'm married to Katie, but like cheating on Katie with her sister Jessica. And I remember the one, 8 years old. Yeah. So my mom like walks in on me on top of Jessica, but we're not kissing. We're going like this.
Yeah.
Like we're making out like that, because like you can't do that when you're like 8 or that time we just did this, okay? That time we did this. My mom comes in, and I look up, and like Jessica looks up, and my mom's like, all right.
I like how you just said you weren't going to name names.
Well, it just happens to slip. Now, Jessica.
Yeah. Sorry, your mom walks in, you guys were like doing that. I just like ruined it.
Yeah, she walks in, and then she just sees it, and like we look at her, and she's looking at us, and then she just goes, all right, and closes the door. Like, I'm not trying to like whatever, and just like doesn't do anything. She just closes the door. So I know that my mom my entire life knew, and it got to a point where I went to a party. I forget how old I was. It was before I moved to Kentucky, so probably 19. I was at some party, some Asian chick. People thought she was like straight. She obviously wasn't, because like we hooked up, but I was like kind of doing a lot of different stuff, like cocaine, doing like Percocets, and like just wilding out.
Trying to be secretive. Like, this is like your number one thing. You're just like I'm not gonna name names, but like Jessica is a bitch, and she's been one for years,
I'm glad.
And then the other one is like, I did a lot of weird cocaine,
I'm glad you get me and you understand my storytellings. I'm always gonna tell all. That's why I'm the person.
You have like, it's like grandpa humor.
Yo, I kind of am a grandpa. I do. I love my slippies. I be wearing them all around the house. Fuck with my slippies hard and my robes. Don't even play with me. Papa always has a chair. We got a chair in there.
So you were doing a little
devil's
dandruff, and
so I didn't really quite remember us having a relationship, and I think because what you have to understand about lesbians is that like a relationship can be like one day, and like they'll act like it's been like forever. It's really strange, but apparently I wasn't answering phone calls, and she knew where my mom went to the bar, which was like this place right around the corner, and I was just happened to just be at with my mom at this bar. And I'm not going to name the bar because I definitely was drinking illegally. But I'm really not going to name the bar, though. I'm really not going to name the bar.
I mean, like, you know, so this is how many years ago?
We're not
Is the bar
going to.
there anymore?
I'm not giving you any hints. I like this bar very much. But, you know, I was, you know, drinking with my mom, and she kind of made it upon herself to come in and buy a beer and splash it in my face. I don't even know. I don't remember her name. I don't know how old she was. I don't know much about her except that she was an Asian girl. And she splashed a beer in my face, and I remember being drunk, and my mom's yelling at me, and she's like, "Aren't you gonna say something to this girl?" and blah blah. Because my mom seriously like smacked me in the back of the head, did one of those things to the face, and was like, you know what I mean? Like, don't be a little asshole. And the first thing that I proceed to do is suck the beer out of my shirt and stare the girl in the face. And
It's like the best thing you could do.
no, it's the worst. That wasn't really nice. And it wasn't nice. And I used to be a little shit, man.
I mean, no. That's the best thing you could. That's the only real thing that, like, and I mean, obviously, I think, you know, to say it like back about like us and all of us and like roommates, we're all like kind of like comic relief people. Mm-hmm. You kind of like saw that. I mean, this is just me in my opinion, is that for me, is that you did that because you thought that was the only thing that was going to like lighten the mood of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, even though it's like, you should be super serious. It's just that, yeah. And I'm like the same way. It's like, man, I hate, you know, bringing down the mood, but it's really got to be something or the right amount of alcohol, to like really do that, to like set me off. But like, otherwise I'm trying to be that one that's just like, you know, it's quiet and, you know, this is awkward. And then I just want to go, you know, this drink can also be a hat, you know, and then like that, you know, and just like make people laugh. And then just like, you know, even though like it's on you and you're just trying to like not be upset and make yourself laugh.
Yeah, I was the only one laughing in my mind. I didn't want to show anyone that I was laughing because no one looked happy around me. So it definitely wasn't a good move. And that's like really all I remember about that. But I know that my mom knew that I was gay, even though like I was dating all these boys. I even dated like a little gay boy before. And like everyone on the boardwalk told me like, "Yo, Amber, this boy's gay." And I was like, I don't really care.
Boardwalk was like a Beach Boys song? The fuck is
just how that came out. Oh God. Down the Wildwood Boardwalk.
You should write a song about that, you know, and then do it in like a Beach Boys vibe, you know? Like,
oh my God, yes. Yeah. He was the love of my life for 2 whole years. No, he was a total narcissist. He was pretty terrible. But everyone told me he was gay, and I was like, I don't fucking care. Like, I just didn't care about much. Yeah, totally, yes.
Oh, he was?
Without a doubt.
So he was one of those, like, he was one of those, like, oh, God, you know, like, I don't even know how to put it. Like,
well,
you know,
he could be bisexual. He doesn't have any respect for women, so I'm thinking, like, now, like, I don't even know why he would be dating them. So it's a little weird. But
if he didn't have any respect for women, I'm going to go with he was probably more bi.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Everyone on the boardwalk kind of told me he was just gay. And he just liked to, like, have girlfriends because it was funny for him or something. I don't know.
What about so this is when you were younger, you know?
Yeah.
What about now with family? Okay, I know this is like when like it kind of first started that I was bringing it up, like, you know, like which you really actually didn't answer the like, dating, which I just realized, but. And we just started going in the family, you know, like, woo, all right.
Yeah, no worries, you're fine. Yeah, I don't speak to a lot of the family anymore. I know my sister's gay. She has a wife, and she seems pretty happy. Um,
Well, that's fucking awesome.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
it's
you know.
no, I'm serious. I'm like, wow, all right. So you have a sister that's also gay, and then you're just like, look at the family. Well, what, now there's two of us. What are you gonna do about that? You know, like.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't, my family really don't give a shit. They they don't care, but like they care just enough to talk shit behind your back. But to your face, they're so very, very nice and they will be polite. Um, sometimes. But
Yeah.
at first I feel like it was a little strange. I feel like some younger cousins that were very religious were very confused. I kind of felt bad for them. I felt like the one kind of looked up to me because she plays piano and I was into music, and I felt like it kind of let her down a little bit. That kind of crushed my spirit. Um, and oh, your live has ended.
Ooh, I wonder what we did. Hate what? Hateful behavior.
Lovely. You gotta love it.
All right. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. So basically, it was just like it was pretty wild with the family. I don't know. I feel like they're okay, but they just weren't okay with it at the same time.
I know what you mean. I feel like we both kind of have a similar family aspect of things, and it's like that's why I'm only at Thanksgiving for a little, and I drive myself, so I
Yeah.
go in and out. And yeah, it seems to be it's like what is I don't know if it's just like us that have gotten older, or if if this is a specific time period where this has happened. But I mean, I even look at my older sisters, like I was a mistake. And they're in their late 40s. One's about to be 50, and they're like, yeah, I stopped going to that shit because they have this weird way of life, and then that was their way of saying it. That was their weird way of life. And then I just go, why don't you just be more more specific? And they're like, I don't know what it is. And then I'm like, well, now I'm the age I am. I'm like, oh no, now I know what it is, and you
Yeah.
just say it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm glad that you were all on the same page, like I know my dad is, he's just like, I ain't fucking going over there. It's like, why am I the only one going? Because I feel like that's
Yeah.
what I have to do. But I don't know. Family. Ugh, God, I'm sure someone are listening to this, but will be listening to this now that my hateful speech got me off of TikTok. But
Oh God. It's just the people that kick you off of TikTok are the haters. The people that just like don't like you, they'll try to do anything they can to like end your life.
yeah,
That's just how it is.
maybe if I do it enough, I could. It's like my own way of being like Kanye, and then just doing a 180, and then just changing my whole TikTok to, being ultra,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That would really work for you.
that's the way to go. I really, and I was thinking about going back to church.
Yeah. You know what? I think you would really like it.
Oh God, I would fit right in, like white male, like, I have a beard, I have long hair. They literally will. I walk in and they will like, if I could do a magic trick where it looked like I was levitating to the fucking pew, they would pray to me. Anyway, all right, that's enough of this.
I'm just like, yeah.
I want to go back.
Say what.
I want to go back into some of the film work and TV. I want to talk about you were on MTV Copycats, which I cannot find a fucking thing on anymore. When you were on it, I remember seeing it nonstop, and then it's not there. So what the fuck, MTV? What's up with that? I know that this is also like Copycats is like literally, it's like almost against everything we just talked about that you're about. It's like you do everything on your own terms. But I wanted to know the story, like what your experience was with MTV winning. Yeah, I'm like winning Copycats, which I'm not sure what season it was. Was it 1?
Oh God, I think it might have. Think it might have been the first season of Copycat. Lord have mercy, I don't remember. I know like the kid from Mean Girls, the love interest from Mean Girls, he was the host.
Oh, okay. Did he tell
Yeah.
you what time it was? Or what day it was or whatever?
What
Fuck,
day it was? No.
darn it.
No, he just pretty much bossed me around and told me what to do. And then like was just like, ew, I don't like you because you're a woman. He was totally gay. Not that I have anything against gay people. I am gay, but he just didn't want anything to do with me. And I was like, ew. And I was just so heartbroken. Whatever. Anyway, you don't look sexy with your hair pushed back, just to let you know.
I need to like
look for you.
Up. This is what he looks like now. You know that movie came out like 19 years ago.
It's still classic.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. I just said everybody looks different.
Well,
and that's like my whole thing is like I look at everything in years and then I let myself forget and then I just go and then there's like that moment where I'm just like I'm just like spinning my wine or whatever the fuck it is and I just go, holy shit, 2012 was 11 years ago,
Yeah.
and then I'll say it to myself and then I'll almost answer and go, no shit, really, and I don't know.
Time is crazy, man.
I know. I think we're all doing okay. I wanted to know what your experience was like with that. Winning it. And then also, what was your favorite cover? Not just in that show, but what's your favorite cover that you ever did?
Okay, so in that show, to answer the first question, I met this really cool kid named Nico. He was the one that I went toe to toe with in the last song, and personally, I think he should have won. I feel like the only reason why I won is because I played ball when they said that we need like a more bitchier character. They stopped the entire thing. Sometimes I let my nice, character out, but this time that's not what they were looking for. So they told me I need to be a little bit of a bitch. And then once I played ball, I think that's how I won because I kind of played the game that they wanted me to play. Not saying that I wasn't good or I didn't kill it. I'm just saying, Nico was precious and he killed it too. And he sang some John Legend. It was really cool.
Yeah.
What was the second question?
I want to know what the favorite cover that you had to do. But also you've also done several, not on the show, but out and like some of the music videos like I love, like Gorilla, for example, is like one of my favorite fucking ones that you've ever done, and I actually still show people that, and like I do because I fucking like that cover almost more than I like the fucking real song, not the real song, the original.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that song. I mean, I did Uptown Funk. That was cool too.
Yeah.
God, what'd I do? Will You Love Me Again? I did that, and I feel like Crystal Griffin was in it. There was a lot of people from back home that were in that music video. I would say the best cover that I've ever done is probably not out there really on the internet. There's like a little snippet, but I like to sing a lot of like Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
And I like to cover like Led Zeppelin songs and like Pink Floyd
you literally
songs.
have a fucking Led Zeppelin tattoo.
Yeah. And a Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. And we have some Queen. I love Queen. We have Heart.
Why haven't you done any of those?
I love
What are you,
Queen.
like, afraid? Like, I don't get it.
I don't really like. It's not that I don't know any guitarists that could do that. I know a few guitarists. I don't know. No one's ever been like, hey, I want to do a cover of that, except for one of my DJ friends, and like we redid was it Guns N' Roses cover? I'm like brain farting. This is why I shouldn't like drink wine and answer questions. But he's
That's the
amazing.
whole point. It's like
I'll have
drunk
to
history, you know? Like,
for real. I'll have to send
I just don't have a
you.
good production team, you know?
Oh,
Like,
stop. I should have actually. I should actually just send you that cover. I think I can. I think it's on like YouTube, but I'll do it afterwards.
yeah.
It's pretty good. It was good. It was created in 2020 when we're all just bored and like, kind of trapped in our houses. So we did a cover.
Wait, what we're doing like right now is we're talking on Skype, and what is it like? You have a status on your Skype. It's like on your Skype. It's says like surviving the pandemic.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
it says. I'm like, oh, H doesn't use this that often.
So that's the last time that I've actually been on Skype. It's 2020.
When you had to be, you know, and I use it actively.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man. Yeah, I looked at that too and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna change it. I refuse.
Jesus God.
You know, I mean, why change something that works?
Did you think that more was gonna come from winning Copycat? And that like it's not the only season. Like it's not like something that nothing happened.
Yeah. You know what? I like thought that something could come out of it. Nothing big though. I thought that maybe it would just be like more of a bigger fan base, but a lot of people really don't fuck with MTV as much as I thought they did. At least when I was younger and like they had like what is it, TRL? And like all the music videos, that's when MTV was cool. And then it just kind of got lame. Sorry, MTV. Please don't hate me. I still would like you to listen to my music and feature it in your TV shows. But, you know, like a lot of people just weren't tuning in around that time. And then also they had me kind of acting unlike myself. So it's like really confusing because you watch Copycat and then you see me like being all like bitching, like thinking I'm so cool and stuff and sitting on the couch and being like a turd. And then at the end I win and I just like drop to the floor and cry because I'm really so like just so grateful and just gratitude. And like I could look out in the audience and their faces were just like, they were so confused. They were like, who are you?
You're a bad guy. Like, and I love that. That's probably why. It's because they were like, oh shit, we didn't pick the one that like was
the actual bad guy.
Like they're like, oh shit, we should have had her in the second season, and then she should have feuded with the winner of the first, and then in the third season it would have been it would have been like a title match. Like everything's wrestling, dude. And then you just go, and then you have the good guy win, you know, or you win again, and then next, all right, it's enough. But like, damn it, like I think that's hilarious. Like they should have fucking booed. I would have loved it if they booed and you embraced it. Like, oh, I'm so thankful for you. I just want to thank God. I want to, you know. Oh my God, it's the same shit that every other contestant's gonna say, you know, like.
I wish I can find that on YouTube so you can just see what I'm talking about, because because it's just so it's a crazy switch.
I remember that clip because I've seen it. Like I remember I've seen it when it happened, and that's why I remembered it. Like I remembered it. Like I remember the name Copycats, and I'm like, I have not seen that title, but I like when I think of you, I think of, oh shit, I remember when she was on MTV. And then she fucking won it. She wasn't just there. She won it. And then in my head, you know, in the little part of my brain just goes, well, how'd she fuck up? You know? Like, you know, and then I just go, oh, that's right. She came out, you know? I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding.
That's sad but true. Sad but true. Also, a lot of other things. I mean, I did fire my manager that probably could have got me a little further, but he was a little bit of a scumbucket. And also, like, I didn't really get rewarded after I beat Copycat. You know, I was out there with, like, Ron, and he had, like, his friends from LA, went to, like, some party, and, like, my friend Lindsay came, and she was so cool. And I was so thankful that she came because I was stuck at a party with a bunch of like snobby ass little like long blonde haired surfer looking chicks that weren't cool at all. Like I thought that if you looked like a surfer, you at least be cool. The one was like crying in the kitchen and I like had a whole bottle of Patron and I was like, here, like gonna share my Patron with her. And she was like, she sits there and she's like, what is this? And I'm like, it's tequila, you'll like it. And she was like, I know. So I snatched that bottle out of her face. And my friend Lindsay like was like, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember what she said, but she was like, you're not very nice.
If she said that, I wouldn't even. You know that's funny is one of the things that I realized is like, man, you know, if I like just grew up in California and like, you know, we look the way we do, I feel like we would have went further because we wouldn't have like this Northeast attitude. You know,
Yeah.
we're both from Philadelphia and we both are literally just, we wait in line and then we're just, you know, the person in front of us is up at the counter and then they go, oh, that'll be like, you know, $38.50. And they just go, oh, well, then they look through their purse and you're like, you know, and you're just like, what the fuck, you know, and we just flip out about nothing. And it's not even the person in front of us. We're not even in a rush to go anywhere. We have nowhere to go. This is like a Sunday, you know, and we're just in our sweatpants and we're buying like ramen, you know, and like that's it. And we're just there. And we just realize, oh, right. It's because it's fucking 20 degrees outside. That's why we're mad. Because we know that we have to go outside to that. And that is what people in California don't have to deal with, especially like San Diego. But like that's what they have. They don't deal with. And they're like, hey, what's the big deal, man? And you're just like, oh, dude, go get your fucking avocado sandwich. You know.
Oh my God. No. That's what I was watching Scott Pilgrim, and one of the guys were like a vegan, and he like had all his superpowers because he was vegan. I like good food, low key.
No, I do too. That's the thing. Like, man, really, to be honest with you, anything with tofu in it, like, and any restaurant that I ever go to, and it has it, I want it because I want to know how they make it, or like how because. Tofu's tofu, but it just depends on like if like I think you could literally base the nicest of restaurants based on how they, you know, how they make or cook their tofu. It's like, how do you fuck it up? It's like it is what it is already, and all you have
can
to
fuck
do
it
is
up.
very simple stuff. But you can, if you don't care about it, you know.
Well, I like Sprouts. I'm a Sprouts person myself.
Sprouts.
I like to put a Sprouts on a nice sandwich, a nice portobello.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually like the thing if I go to like a fine dine restaurant, and they have it like on the side, like for just to make the plate look nice.
It's like a little garnish, but I will eat the garnish.
Like, I want it. Like,
I just want to eat the garnish.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
Put it on like bagel sandwiches, veggie sandwiches. Fucking dope.
God, we're talking about food now. I think. Let me ask you. I'm going to ask you anyway. You don't have to let me. What is? I feel like we're, I feel like our humor throughout this whole thing, or like forever, is like how when there's like a broadcaster, and they're talking through the camera, and they ask them, like, hey Willie, so we understand that so and so's under arrest, and then he got away about that, so what do you think the next steps are with the police? And then they just go, well, Bill, it's funny you asked that,
yeah, you gotta wait for the pause, bro.
Like when you like finally like, wow, did you really just say that? And then you go, Well, that's kind of funny. And then, and then you laugh.
Yeah. Well, let me just take that in. I've learned to think about things before I say them. Used to not be
The
me at
dangerous
all.
thing is like this is in real time, and I know that there's no delay, and then I just go, oh shit.
Yo.
Ooh,
So when
ooh.
so when you were like rebooting your computer earlier before we got on
God.
this, your picture froze on the computer screen. I took a picture of it. I'll send you it later, but you're frozen like this. I was like, is he fucking with me right now, or is he really frozen? Like, is this like he really logged off, or is he just like there and he's just not moving, just waiting to scare me? Like, I didn't know.
No joke. I swear to God, every time I ever FaceTime with anybody or what do people with like fucking dumb Androids do? I guess they have to download an app. I don't know. When when I talk to somebody like right before and like I have a screen protector on my phone, so when I go to hit it and it doesn't like work right away, and I'm like I try to make that like that happy-go-lucky like that Christmas smile like
Yeah.
and then do that, and that's why I'm just like
do that.
so that is why I just like I don't know, I instinctively have that like what's the last thing they're gonna see of you, what's the last thing when you get in the car and then you wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and then
Dude, you need to do some more acting outside of wrestling for sure. You need
it's
to
like getting to that point, I swear to God.
yeah. Join like an
Jeez.
improv group, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, listen, I mean, honestly, this is like the most we've talked in a long time.
Yeah.
Like since I spent like a Halloween with you and like, oh my God, two
Yeah.
people that we both don't want to fucking remember, and not collectively, but individually.
Yeah.
And I dressed up as the singer from Hocus Pocus. The dude that
I know, that's the perfect costume though.
that was an odd choice, but I mean I'm glad I would do it again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But that was 2014, So anyway, since then, Amber, I have maybe came up with like 3 or 4 jokes.
No way.
The rest is like shit I've definitely somehow retained from somebody else that's probably famous, and I don't remember where it came from. And then I recite it as my own, and I go, I don't know where that came from. And then I just go, well, I'll find out if I fucking did a stand-up, like.
Jesus Christ. That can't be it. You know what? Who you hanging around with? Maybe that's what it is. Who you hanging around with, Mr. Kit?
I hang with a bunch of nerds. No.
Oh, I mean, so do I. I am one.
No. No. I mean, what's cool with wrestling is, when I took a little break since November. I had like like an autoimmune issue. So and it's all taken care of. Starting to get back into it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I know you're not. And
I was worried, and then you were like, "Don't worry about it." I was like, "All right, I'm on my business then."
That's what I would say. I swear to God, on my last day, I'm like, don't even worry about it. It's fine. I'll fucking rub some dirt on it. It'll be all right.
Stop.
Is that with
matter.
wrestling? with wrestling was, you get I get booked in like I don't know, fucking Orlando, right? Orlando during the pandemic. I'm wrestling in Orlando, and I'm on a you go to the airport, you're everywhere in PA, and you have to wear a mask. Like, I get to the airport, excuse me, I go through everything, and then I fly in to whatever their airport is, and I'm in Orlando, and I leave, and when I get in to the lift, guy doesn't have a mask on. This is 2020, and I'm going, well, I don't give a shit, fuck it, and that's pretty much my mindset with everything, especially at this point, because I'm like, I don't have a gym to go to, I don't have, my social gatherings suck, and I have no idea how to handle anything, and then I'm like all I want to do is cook, but and that's all I do. I get there, he doesn't have a mask on, and I go, wow, surprised, but I just don't care. And then I get out, I still wear the mask, thinking like I need to wear it, otherwise I'm going to get yelled at, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be. I don't want to get canceled for not having a fucking mask on, and be like, dude, I didn't have it. What do you mean you didn't have it? Who'd you vote for? And then next thing you know, whatever. Yeah. Which, by the way, right now, like as we're doing this, it's January 6th.
Oh god.
And then I get out, and like all of downtown Orlando is just nothing. And they're looking at me with a mask on like I have something. And then I just go, oh my God, this is like the Wild West. This is the same way that I looked at people wearing a mask before the pandemic. And I saw them wearing a mask, and I go, what the fuck do they have?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember where I was going with this.
You had a lot to get off your chest.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot the whole point of it. And I think that's when oh wow, I went to a second bottle that I shouldn't have because I saw you drinking it. I'm literally somebody that goes, ooh, I gotta laugh. Now I need a bigger laugh.
Oh my God.
Then when I shouldn't. So anyway. Amber, let me ask you. These are now ever since you people like listen to this podcast, they're definitely gonna love it. We've been talking for a while before we started the podcast. But the ones that are listening now, they're gonna fucking listen. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you know what? They live on my every word. And as they sit in their cubicle or they're driving to work, their long drive to work for not enough money, and they care about me. Anyway.
That's really sweet. That's really sweet.
Well, it would be sweet if I cared about them too. Let me ask you. We'll start. He
cares about every single one of
you. Excuse me. Something's in my throat. Where do you see yourself? And it's like the dumbest question now that I realize it. In 5 years in like singing, maybe acting again. I don't know the last time you did any acting. I haven't fucking seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't send me links to your fucking TikTok, all right?
That's not acting. That's not acting. That's why I'm not getting any views. It's because I'm not acting. I'm just being myself.
Yeah. What we need to do. So, I mean, if you move back, I don't know if you were moving back. You just said you were moving away. And I just assumed that meant you were coming back. And I was like, ooh, maybe I can talk her into doing something.
Oh, God. No, I cannot come back to Philly.
Ugh.
Philly, man. I mean, I feel like I do have a lot
somewhere that I would be willing to pay for a plane ticket.
Possibly Nashville.
Okay. All right, you got me.
Yeah.
But where do you see yourself? Yeah, entertainment, singing, acting, in like 5 years, 3 to 5 years.
Man.
But what do you want, and what do you think?
Okay.
Better be the fucking same.
In 5 years, hopefully I've mastered the whole licensing and sync for your music, so I can actually start making the big bucks. That's really what I would want to do. When I write now, it's so weird that I feel it's only meant for like TV and film and movies and weird commercials or for other people to use. So hopefully that's a thing. Other than that, I'm just a creator, so I have no idea what's really going to come out of my ass. I'm always going to do music. I do love acting. I feel like it kind of depends on where I'm really going to go next and who I'm going to meet when I'm there. That kind of determines where my journey is going to take me. But I know this is like really weird to say, but I actually don't like thinking too much into the future. I'm actually more interested in living in the present. The future doesn't scare me. It used to. It's just, I find the things that you manifest, if you do it humbly into yourself, those things do come true if you don't say them out loud and share them with the ops. So I like to keep most of my stuff to myself and just kind of have fun and do what I want to fucking do. And then hopefully shit falls into place because I'm the luckiest girl ever and things just happen to fall into my lap in my favor. Oh, so God. We'll see. That's a new TikTok thing. I'm gonna go for it. Oh my
God. Oh my God. I hope that you end it with that. And like, I just want to end this podcast with me saying that you are so brave. And you're so inspirational.
Thank you.
What else could I say? Oh my God. And tenacious. Okay.
Ooh, D.
Anybody who's listened to me heard me say that a million times. Anyway, that was the face I wanted. All right. Amber, thank you for like being on my show and then also having me like nothing but like a bunch of bullshit. By the way, what I'm doing this on is a fucking MacBook that's rose gold. And like I told you how I got it. Ooh. Not bragging.
Rose gold though. That's hot. Yeah, I know. Don't say me.
But but thank you for coming on this show. And I'm gonna post a bunch of when you send me some of these covers, I definitely want to show people that. I want to show people Gorilla. I know that, you know, that's just my favorite that I remember. Like I've listened to enough times that I'm like, wow, that's just cover that I like listening to more than the fucking like the song.
Sorry, Bruno.
So anyway,
like he's even listening.
And, I know. I did weird research, you know, and like normally I do the research the day of, and the day of that we thought we were gonna do it, and I ended up doing it like the day before. You should feel fucking, you know, that's a big step. You know, that's like me studying for a test.
Gratitude.
So anyway, thank you for coming on my show. And I'm you know, Amber Skies on Spotify and all that bullshit. And we're like an hour 15 in, which is perfect. Oh God, this is about the end of your drive or before your boss walks into your cubicle and he starts going, whoa, hey, whoa, what's going on in here? No music. You know, it's not music, it's an interview. And you go, hey, you want a promotion? Anyway, all right, we're done here. So I'll talk to you all later. Thank you again, Amber.
Yeah, no worries, man.
No worries.
Love you.
Oh, please, don't be such a tease. Doing all the things you wanna do but me. If I leave, you can take the speech. I got better things to do than hear you preach. And we keep doing what we shouldn't do. And we see red lights, but we drive right through. Oh, knowing that we're screwed, keep on going anyways. Yeah. Right back where we started, both broken hearted. Sorry I'm too bad, but getting on for the ride. Just getting harder, I can't resist you. Just wanna kiss you, keep hanging on for your touch. I'm saying, oh, you light up like a warning sign. You see everything I say now. Wow, you light up like a warning sign. You see stop, but I go, you and the games you play. 'Cause I want you every minute of the day. So please choose if you go or stay. 'Cause this back and forth is driving me insane. And we keep doing